Nimoy, it's...
Hey, Harry.
Hey, Gary.
I was just wondering if you wanted to catch a movie.
Oh, yeah, sure. Hold on. You want to walk? It's pretty close.
Wow.
What?
Fine.
I get it.
Excuse me? You know?
Sorry, I'm not engaging enough for you. I'm not following.
You know. You're really stuck to your phone there. This generation can't go 3 seconds, can they?
Oh, I was just checking if it was gonna...
Oh yeah, going to the movies with you, a phone addict. You wouldn't even watch the movie, would you? You'd be sitting there scrolling. You'd try zoom in with 2 fingers when you can't see something, wouldn't you? You'd pull out your Snapgram and snap away. I have a dumb phone. That's all I need. You don't see me addicted to Google and Apple, huge conglomerates designed to steal your data. You know, I thought you'd be better. I thought you'd understand that the very fabric of society is being torn apart because of these technological weapons. You are a slave to the dopamine releases that you get, the little hits of new information, whether they're personally important to you or not. You know what? I'm just gonna leave. I don't have time for this. Don't ever talk to me again.
Hey, you want an umbrella?
What? Why?
Oh, it's gonna rain. Nimoy, it's joining. And you may have heard the news that phones are bad. Please, don't try to slide your finger over the painting. You have to walk to see the next one. These kids, they don't understand. They're all idiots. They think real life works exactly the same way it does in a phone. The exact same way the generation before us thought that you could just turn the painting over to the next page in order to see the next one. We all get our mediums confused. It's very normal. Castaways rescued after spelling help with leaves. They must be from a generation that learned how to spell the old-fashioned way, without the assistance of autocorrect, instead of those who only know how to type or text. Why are old people so obsessed with doing this? Me as a castaway spelling with leaves. That feel when you get stranded sucks, cause there's no Pokestops. So whoever sees this, you know what to do. Would you like a balloon? How many gigabytes of RAM does it have? That doesn't even, kids don't even ask that question about things that have RAM. Sure, kids use their phone a lot, but most of them don't know how many gigs of RAM their phone has. Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. To fetch a crummy pail of water? They should have been fetching Pokemon creatures. I love Pokemon Go. I really want to believe that this is somehow satire, but I just don't think it is. Before and now. Oh, I mean, because people like taking photos of themselves, they're somehow synonymous with Hitler. How much of a stretch do you want to make? Cigarettes are addicting and gross, she tweeted from her phone she hasn't put down since she was 11. All right, Brandon, we get it. You have a smoking addiction. And you're trying to justify it by comparing yourself to someone who tweets a lot, even though this itself is a tweet. There may be some negatives about using your phone too often, but pointing a finger at phones doesn't affect the healthiness or lack thereof of cigarettes at all. WTF, the baby is born with a hat. Big deal. Today's kids are born with cell phones. You do not ask the sex of the baby anymore, you ask the brand of the device. Now, this one's true. Can couples please just stop with their device reveal parties? We get it. Your kid's gonna be an Apple user. Please. There's a joke here about allowing your kid to choose, but I'll leave that one to your imagination. He's getting shocked back to life with books because the format of your entertainment is purely what keeps you alive. Get out of here with your VHSs. Anybody have plans to stare at their phone somewhere exciting this weekend? Ooh. It's on a blackboard. Why is it on a blackboard? Oh no, society is terrible. What have we done? How have we managed to get to this point where we can just enjoy things and take photos of things in front of things? Woe is me. It died. Who did? My phone. It ran out of juice and I forgot my charger at school. Oh no, I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. It's been 10 seconds since I checked my Twitter. There. Lay down a bit. You are clearly addicted to social media. Is it gonna be all right, bro? You just need a little break. Here, read this comic. What is this? It's printed on these weird thin layers, like some sort of ancient relic. Yes, paper. We still use it at school. You idiot. Huh, this feels quite nice. I feel very relaxed. If you have to exaggerate the problem that much, is it really a problem? I must finish watching this episode. In fact, the whole season. water. It's kerosene. What? Now this clearly isn't anti-phone / technology. This is more just anti-stupid mum. It's called reading. It's how people install new software into their brains. I don't understand this idea that kids don't read because they're using technology at all. I spend a lot of time at my computer. I spend far more time at my computer than I do reading books. But I would say that other than editing, I probably spend more than 50% of the time on my computer, reading. And I don't know if it's the same with kids or not. I read a lot, but I just use technology to read. I also have an e-reader. Does that not count? But the thing is, and this may blow some people's minds, you actually still can learn stuff without reading. The reason kids these days can do practically anything before they even know how to read is because of this wonderful platform. I think. Wow. Look where I am. I know. Science. I'm sure. Smartphone. What? Oh yeah. Search. Haha. 140 characters. Too many. We're turning into snails apparently. The idea that having the world's wealth of knowledge in your pocket makes you stupider is insane. Went to the moon, took 5 photos. Went to the bathroom, took 105. What the hell happened to us? This person says on Instagram. By the way, there was definitely more than 5 photos taken on the moon. As far as I know, they had Hasselblad's 120 film. I get that they could have had a lot of film, but there were certain limitations. I'm telling you, this chick would not be taking 105 photos in the bathroom if she was shooting 120 film with a Hasselblad. There is a vending machine in France that gives out short stories instead of chips, pop, chocolate bars, etc. The machine dispenses 1, 3, and 5-minute stories so people can read them and enrich their minds instead of scrolling mindlessly on their cell phones. The irony here, imagine being the person that shares this. You guys here all addicted to your phones? Please. Calvin and Hobbes is one of the best comics of all time. Look how much can be said without a single word. There's the comic. Can you read it to me? I don't understand the angle here. Wait, I thought kids couldn't read. I thought that because they're addicted to their phones, all they know how to do is look at pictures. When I was your age, I defeated the Nazis in Holland. On Xbox or PlayStation. Again, should we be upset that Nazis aren't a problem anymore? Weird. Look, Dad, someone printed out a bunch of tweets. Then they added extra characters to all the words. Or, as I call it, a book. The act of way over-exaggerating situations like this does not help their case. I don't know where this idea comes from that kids are dumber now. I would be willing to bet that kids are actually a lot smarter now. They have a whole lot more information available to them at such a young age. If anything, the opposite is a problem. Kids are exposed to all kinds of things on their phones and on the internet that in many ways they're forced to grow up almost too quickly. They're not stupid idiots who think that books are made out of tweets. There was a time when we completely operated without phones. We're addicted to our phones. Look at your phone as a tool, not an obligation. Would you walk around with a hammer in your pocket? You would pick up a hammer when you needed it. You would never be addicted or obligated to it. Use your phone like a hammer. Only pick it up when you need it. I actually do follow this line of thinking, but I think the confusion comes in when you start to think about when do you need your phone? Because maybe you only need your phone in emergency situations, but that's completely disregarding social obligation. We're kind of in a time now where having a phone is one of the only ways you can even organize to catch up with your friends. So if you never did that, I mean, you'd never see your friends. So it's an interesting comparison, but I don't think the line is very clear. Everybody has a different idea about what they need their phone for, and that's always going to be the case. But while we've been making fun of all this, let's be real here for a moment. Yes, phones have actually taken over our lives. That is undeniably true. Before, when you hung out with someone, you were just hanging out with them. There wasn't any social distraction or any way for that person to disengage in situations where that doesn't happen. You were in many ways hostage to the current social situation, and you couldn't get out of it unless you physically left. And many, probably myself included, would say that, I mean, that's probably a good thing. Have you ever tried to watch a movie with someone and they sit there on their phone and then they have no idea what's going on? They can't keep track of the movie and their phone at the same time, and you're like, well, what's the point of this? Like, it feels terrible. But the answer is not to get rid of phones. There needs to be a balance. Some people absolutely use their phones too much, but that's not the phone's fault. That's the person's fault. The phone may enable social disengagement, but the intent and the responsibility falls onto the person who is disengaging. To place the blame onto phones is to misplace the social responsibility that we all have in order to keep society going in a positive way. Getting rid of phones because of how they affect sociability is not worth the trade-off. Phones also bring so many people together. They allow the world's information to be at your fingertips. They provide safety, the ability to call for help in any situation. They allow those who otherwise wouldn't carry a whole camera to capture memories and the opportunity to share those memories with others. Yeah, they can be a vice, a way to disengage with the world around you, but they offer so many ways to engage with the world around you and to enrich your life. That's why we use them. It's not about the phones, it's about the people. Just try to make the conscious effort to put your phone away when you're hanging out with people and problem solved. Get your wholesome merch in the description below. And thank you to this person, Hayden, for retweeting my last video. I appreciate it. I will see you next time.
Thank you for watching my video, but now that it's done, please watch another one.